Guys, yeah, I think we are back now. Yo, yeah, yeah. The internet was just bad just a few minutes ago. Yeah, we are back now. I think maybe this is a sign that we should just quickly wrap up because now, yeah, the network was back. Was bad, I mean. Am I audible? Are you able to hear me properly? Please confirm on the chat box. Yeah, thank you. So it kicked me like two times off the meeting entirely, but it's still recording. So the recording is in progress. That's the nice thing. So we should be able to get the meeting, and yeah, then that's it. So let me just move towards the end of the session because wow, it's been one hell of a journey. Load shedding is about to end. We've been on load shedding ever since 10 p.m. During the session. So I've already explained what causes rejection. Normally, it's when the two events don't match, because normally an event is not really a report. Let me rather say a report does not consist of one event, it consists of multiple events. So rejection occurs when one or more events are not going on the same direction. Some say buy, some say sell, and whatnot. Also, two bulls can be powerful. JPY has proved it. We also have unemployment rate, unemployment change under AUD, which is a two bull event as well. Normally, it happens around 2:30, 3 a.m. on Thursdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. It can also move the market and whatnot. Orders deleted. That's what I want to quickly touch. So orders deleted, guys. Orders deleted, slippage of codes. Those are the few things that I wanna touch and explain just quickly. Let me just type them. Yeah. So order deleted or no money. So what it refers to is that the lot size. Yeah, I can hear it's breaking again, guys. I can hear it's breaking again. Yo, it's starting. Yo, just yeah, yeah. Mm. Okay, I think it's fine now. Orders deleted, no money simply means that the lot size that you've used is big. Mm, it's horrible. Now the internet is bad, guys. Yeah, it simply means the lot size that you've used is huge. Therefore, you need to reduce your lot size, or the leverage that you've chosen is small. You need to increase your leverage. Or the account type that you're using is not suitable for the amount of money that you have. Three situations. Lot size is huge, you need to reduce it. Leverage is small, you need to increase it. Account type is not suitable, go to a micro. That's what orders deleted mean. So when the market reaches your price and it doesn't count with either profit or loss, or also margin. Let me add margin. So I'm just explaining some of the terms that are affecting you guys when you're trying to open trades so that you get to understand, right? Now, yeah, margin. What margin means is, I'm not going to explain or define what margin is, but I'm going to explain it in a sense, actually, margin and stop out. I'm going to explain both of these things at once. Have you seen instances where you are trading the 1 minute strategy? You set your orders however you're instructed. Then the next thing, let's say you have 100 rands on a standard account, 1:1,000 leverage, 0.01 lot size on USD JPY. The next thing, your buy stop opens because the market went up. When it opens, all of a sudden, your orders are getting closed and you lost 13 rands. Now, all of a sudden, your balance is about 87 rands. So you have used Lotsa 0.01. Your account is not blown, but you lost 13 rands, of which 13 rands is not even enough that it can kick you out. So during volatility of news, right, the margin requirements per trade is not necessarily the same as to when there are no news. The margin requirement gets increased by who? The liquidity provider, not the broker, guys. Guys, a broker, I'll make a separate session about a broker. A broker is like a broker is like a broker is like your relationship. It's nothing. Okay, I'm kidding, guys. Your relationship is something. But yeah, a broker is nothing. It's just a compilation of different systems and components connected all at once. Now, when an activity happens and you are blaming the broker, you are wrong. You need to understand the components which form part of the broker. A broker doesn't increase the margin, the liquidity does. So during news, the liquidity gets increased. Stop out. During news, the liquidity can increase the stop out level. You understand? Literally, the liquidity can. So that's where it kicks you out with 13 rands. Your account is not blown. You're on a profit. Jiggy, you're on a loss. You understand what I mean? So those are some of the things, plus spread on top of that. So your margin and stop out during news are not normal. So that's what I want you guys to understand. They are literally not normal, right? I hope that is clear. Of course, there are two ways. A-book brokers, that's why I'm saying I need to make a session about brokers separately. A-book brokers, let me just type this. Guys, are you able to hear me? Because I see people on the comments saying they're unable to hear me. Yeah, please assist those who say they can't hear me. I think when I was going on and off, their sound was disconnected. Please help them in the meantime while I'm still typing these things. Yeah. So, A-book brokers during off codes. A-book brokers during off codes, it simply means that the liquidity is now. Guys, listen attentively. Now I'm going to beat you guys with English. Here on this session, we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have whoever. But 90% of these people don't even have metric. Most of you guys are just dropouts. But I'm going to beat you guys with English. I know Forex traders didn't go to school. You are literally counting those who went to school. On A-book brokers, the liquidity during news, specifically when it says off codes, the liquidity can be illiquidated. I repeat, during news on an A-book broker, off code situation, the liquidity can be illiquidated. But let me explain in simple terms. During news of codes on an A-book broker that relies entirely on a liquidity provider, it's simply internet again. Internet again. Internet. Kore, I beat you guys with English. Already the internet is going. Kore, I beat everyone, even the internet. Some claim that they can hear me. You can hear me, but you don't understand. How I know that you don't understand is when you're coming to me and saying, Coach, the broker is saying off codes. Why? Why are you asking me why the broker is saying off codes if you understood what I'm saying? Not going to school doesn't mean you are not educated. Anyways, what it means is now the price that you're trying to get into or buy into, there is no enough money to execute the trade at that particular moment because of the volatility that's happening on the market. Volatility, I know there's someone who doesn't know what volatility means. I'm going to say it in a language that you understand. Volatility means bofebe, right? What it means, ke busy. You know, volatility is what's currently happening in your relationship. Agare, gents, especially those who don't have money, in your relationship, there's you as the main guy, and then there's us who are coming in as financial backups to strengthen your relationships. So it's volatility. Your woman has you as the boyfriend, as the main guy who's being posted. Then there's also me who calls her at 2 a.m. on my birthday because I want something that's going to help me sleep. Then tomorrow, my brother calls her. Later on, another brother of mine, I'm referring to rich niggas. Another brother of mine calls her, the whole week. She even goes to a couple of Nigerian guys during the week who are rich as well. I'm referring to that. So what I'm giving you this example because you're going to understand better. So it's called volatility. It's busy. Who busy? It's very busy in your relationship. That is volatility. So that's what happens in the market. It's very busy. There's too many things which are happening. So now I know tomorrow no one will ever ask me what does volatility mean because already it's happening in your life. We are moving on. B-book brokers, off codes happens internally. They turn it off. Literally, they turn it off. They're able to turn off the servers manually as a broker without having to contact the liquidity because there is no liquidity. Hybrid is a broker that uses both the liquidity and some of the trades. They don't use the liquidity. So what that means is they create their own in-house liquidity. They're taking the risks on themselves. They're not really scammers, but they calculate the risk. So traders like you, they are going to put them on a B-book category. Traders like me, they're going to put me on an A-book category, even though we are on the same broker. You understand? So hybrid means both. So on hybrid mode, sometimes the liquidity can turn off the servers because the system is full. There is no available liquidity that can be exhausted at that given moment. Sometimes the broker can turn off the servers because they don't want to occur or take further risk than what they already have based on the clients that they've categorized on the B-book category. Hope that makes sense. Slippage goes back to the relationship of volatility, right? Anything that is busy always gets widened up. A road that has been created now, especially in the villages where you walk daily, as soon as cars start passing, cars don't walk, As soon as cars start passing, trucks start passing, the road grows, right? It grows into something that it was not. So that's what happens with slippage. Slippage is a situation whereby you are opening a trade at a certain price, but the trade gets executed at a price that you did not set, right? Guys, it's slippery. I wouldn't say it's wet, but it's slippery. And every time, guys, you guys are adults. There's no kid here. Anything that is slippery, whenever you're trying to enter into it, what happens? It slips inside. So that's what happens. I don't need to give further examples as to what is it that gets wet, and when you try to enter, it gets slippery. I don't need to explain that. You guys are adults, but that's what happens on slippages. When it's slippery, it's slippery. There's nothing. Stop accusing us saying that we pushed your order. We didn't push your order. The market was wet and you were sliding. Whether you were what you were sliding inside, we don't know, but you were sliding. And what causes the slippage is various occasions that we cannot control. We cannot really set that, you know what, you are going to slip up to this particular movement. That's why the slippery situations are never the same. They differ under each conditions, they differ per trader. When you set this price, if this price is not available, it will slip to the next available price. The next available price can be 500 points away. There is nothing we can do. Even if you move to the next broker, it will still get slippery. It's slippage. There's nothing we can do. Now we are moving on. Now we are moving on to, let me erase this. Now we are moving on to the last topic, which is liquidity. But liquidity, I've explained it more on the previous session, right? Liquidity, that's where your money comes from. Literally, that's where your money comes from. And I've always said this before. The enemy, your enemy on the market is not me, your mentor. It's not the broker. That is an A-book. It's the liquidity. The guys that you're trying to take money away from. That is your actual enemy, right? Otherwise, I'm not going to waste much time on that one. We are done. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.